この番組はご覧のスポンサーの提供でお送りします。Alrighty, welcome everyone. I'm Teeaboo and I am here for Mushoku Monday. Totally normal Mushoku Monday with the single and solitary exception that it's Tuesday. I had a really tired day yesterday. I came out of the weekend not feeling rested at all, and my body sort of did an auto reset profile situation program where it just decided that I was going to sleep through yesterday for the most part, and so I did. The results are I didn't record anything yesterday, which really sucks and absolutely creates a ball of seething anxiety inside the center of my core of my being. But I feel really great today and super well rested and totally ready to watch some things, so we're just going to double up on today and try to watch Mushoku and Re:Zero and see how that goes. It might go terribly, but at the very least Mushoku will go well, because it's just the first thing that I'm doing today. Our last couple episodes of Mushoku, the first couple episodes of this chunk of the season, have been lovely and sweet and cute and fun and cuddly and romantic and kind of sappy and a little bit almost gross. Oh, I love it. Oh, it's so cute. Sylphie and Rudy are getting married, or perhaps have just been married. From what people have discussed in the comments, it seems like marriage in this world is less of a formal piece of paper that you exchange at a courtroom or a ceremony that you have at a church, and more of an agreement that you just state to all of your nearby friends and then have them come and visit, which means I think that we have gotten married. I believe that we are married. We've also found some family members, which was totally unexpected, finding a Sylphie family member and having that work and be happy and cool. Jesus, fucking really interesting. Alina Lisa's Sylphie's grandma and their homies. It's amazing. I don't know where it's gonna go, but I do really like it, and it's very potent and cool and valuable for Sylphie, someone who's she was ripped out of her life, torn away from everything that was hers, and made odd, made strange, made different, made separate, made ostracized, made alone. And now she's not as alone in a couple of ways. I think that's really, really lovely and really powerful. Everybody came over for a little bit of a get-together and gathering. We talked through a bunch of stuff. We discovered some really interesting things. We had an interesting duel with Luke that I totally didn't understand the purpose of, and thank you to the people in the comments who elaborated on it for me and helped me see more clearly what was going on there, and how what they were really doing wasn't testing Rudy, but more demonstrating how little strength they actually have as a group in order to protect themselves and to protect Sylphie and all of those things. So less as a passing of the torch between them and Rudy, although symbolically that was an element, and more of a way of asking for help without directly asking for help for Ariel. And that's why Luke was probably so, dedicated to doing this, despite the shame that he knew it would bring on him individually. The truth is that amongst Ariel's crew, there aren't any, super spectacular magic users or fighters. Sylphie was kind of the best that they had. And now that Sylphie's no longer a member of their squad, Ariel's going to be in real significant danger compared to where she was. So some help from Rudy will have to be forthcoming in the future, and he knows it, and that's the whole point of the scene, which I think is really cool. Nanahoshi came, which was kind of cool, and then we got hit with that title for the next episode, Afar. And I don't know what it means. It could mean so many things in context. It could mean where we're going to end up heading, because we have to go out and end up heading somewhere to go find Zenitsu and save Zenitsu. Not Zenitsu. Zenith. Zenitsu. Is it Zenitsu? So is it Zenitsu? It's Zenitsu, not Zenitsu, not the Kimetsu no Yaiba character. Gonna have to go out there to go find Zenitsu, find Rudy's mom. So it could be where we're going. It could be from whence a message or something comes. We know that he's been trying to exchange notes with his father, so getting a message from afar. It could be someone arriving from afar. It could be where Nanahoshi is trying to get, far, 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 far away. It could be all sorts of things, and I really don't know what. But I'm here for it, I'm ready for it, and I'm excited to see if the shoe drops this episode or the next episode, because it's gonna be one or the other. Am I fucking crazy for thinking that? I would love so much for this season to just continue chugging along in happy romance land. That would be so cute and so fun, and there's no chance. There's no shot. Zero chance. So will it be this episode that will get a bit of a drop or an intrigue, or will it be next episode? I think my money is on end of this episode moving into next episode. That's where my money is. We'll just have to watch and find out. So before we do, I'm going to do a little scribble. I've got a symbol in mind that I think I want to try to draw, and then we'll dive into this episode of Mushoku Tensei. So many times a symbol like this has become a critical piece of our Mushoku experience, from Eris and our first sexual experiences, and the way that we used the wine as a potent symbol for loss of virginity, for loss of innocence, for things spilled on the floor and unpick-upable, to some of the flashes that Rudy has had, the little moments of dreams when Orsted is looming outside, or things like it. Chalices of wine and of blood red. And we had chalices here in our little marriage ceremony, or our meeting of friends. Rudy held one. It seemed important. I don't know if it was. I don't think it's got any particular intended meaning, but it seemed important regardless. So that's why I wanted to draw it here. Simple, filigreed chalice of blood red wine. I don't know. Feels right to me. Maybe it'll have more symbolism as we move along. Goobly gobbly gobbly goo. All right, and with our drawing done, I'm ready, if you are, to dive into episode 15 of Mushoku Tensei Season 2, aka Mushoku Tensei Season 2 Part 2, Episode 3. Yeah. I've got the episode up and ready to go. There'll be two versions, picture-in-picture in the description, timer on YouTube, beep timer to count you down, early access on the Patreon, beep timer to count you down. Let's go! Rockin' and a rollin'. Let's go. Oh, we're gonna get mail from afar! That must be what it is. Who's it from? Is it from Dad? Is it Pops? Dadarino? Paolo! It's Dadaroni! Damn, been a while. Sweet. Dude, that's dope. Super Asia inspired. So no problem. Whoa, squad. Who are you sending with? Huh. Geese? Because we just saw Roxy. I'm thinking geese. I'm definitely thinking geese. So he's sending Norn and Aisha here? That's why we see them in the OP, because they're gonna join the magic school and stuff. She doesn't like you. Yeah, that'll be tough, but it'll be great. Classic Paul, though. But it's also for a goal that we work together for. Very cool. Yeah, would have to. Yeah, me too. I'm thinking geese. I can't think of anybody else. Maika. I'm thinking Geese. I can't think of anybody else, because I would have thought Roxy. That would have been my first thought, but then she seems to be part of the squad. So cute. The happy one. The less happy one. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Yeah, that's that. Oh, there's gonna be a smile there eventually. We're gonna figure it out. It's gonna go well. Cute. So sick. Super duper 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 interesting. Alright, where are we going with this episode for now? Wow, we're doing it for real! Come on, you gotta do the from behind the waist grab. The classic. Oh, it's so cute! Yeah. It'll be a preview. Uh-huh. Yeah. Very convenient. Dated by a big fucking house. It's a total reversal of your previous circumstances. It's total reversal. It's superb. Bread, bread, bread. Hmm. Surrounded by those windows. Hmm. 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 I feel like I thought Rudy can't healing spells for some reason. I guess not. That's so good! He's gonna learn some healing spells, actually? He can't do it, can he? It requires empathy? It requires empathy and feedback? Something that I can do. Yeah. Yeah, that is good in some ways. I wonder if she's gonna be dope as fuck at Disturb Magic. Oh, this is so straight back to childhood. Ah! Ah! We can try a lot. We're floating the harem already. We're floating the harem already. Oh. 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 4 cute. 5 cute. Are we Nanahoshiing? Oh, we are. It's a hell of a symbol. Yeah, she seems super into it. Sends me back. Oh shit. A hairdryer. What are you trying to summon, I wonder? Hmm. You lost. Equivalent exchange style. That's really interesting, actually. It's literally energy converted to mass. Okay. Ooh, pump it full of energy. I wonder what she's trying to summon. Yo, call it. Cut it. Aw, oh, shit. Well. But only partly. Something was happening. Damn. Still so far away. Yeah. Doesn't want to be supported right now. Oh, the single dot eyes. Bye. Have fun crying at your desk, my dear. Oh, Nanahoshi, my love. Come join our harem. You'll be fine. Come join our harem. Yeah, but if you go back, you're going to find her crying right now. If you go back... Oh, holy shit! Yeah, full break. Oh, dear. Let's get you tired out. Oh, shit. And put all your eggs in that basket. Gonna go full doom. Oh, wow. Princess Carrie. Yeah, get the fuck out of my way. My name's Zanoba. I will go through you. It's the first person we've really told. I wonder how much we just told him. Oh. Harem. I'm joking. Harem. Ooh, that's weird parallax. Oh, that's weird. Might have been intentionally weird because it's really jarring, but whoa. Good. Important. Just repeating language back. She got it better this time, yeah. Fuck! That's really cute. Nobody's taking care of her. You would know. She's so alone, man. She's so alone. Hmm. 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 Yeah. Yeah, Rudy would recognize that vibe, wouldn't he? Whoa. How do you treat someone who you know is in despair? Great expression. Takes you right back there. Wow. Whoa, that's a good way to put it. Yeah, you're too open, Zanaba. Mm-hmm. Or worse. Oh. Especially if you didn't have support. So now it's your chance to be that support. Yes, you do, Zana bro. Oh shit. Fully has hit wall. No hope. Stop, 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 stop. Stop, stop, stop. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Hmm. Like laundry files. It's time for the genius to work on that. So full give up. Yeah. Oh, bring everybody together. There you go. Don't worry about it. Let's figure it out. But we got a variety here. Oh, it's building. I see that doll is being built. Smart. Yeah, multidisciplinary task force. That's the move. An empty chain. Cliff is smart. Yeah, it begins. It begins. He's in it. I thought the doll might come into play somehow. I was hoping that might happen. That's cool. Special circles. Ooh. And it looks like there are multiple rings. Partial circles with redundancies. With redundant flows. Oh. Oh, my dear. Where are your hands? Dope. Okay, so we mobilized the whole squad. Holy shit. Have we done it? Wow. Oh, we've got a bunch of ideas. That's so cute. Hey. Yeah, just get those to sink into your brain. See if anything seems like it lines up for you. The power of teamwork, motherfucker! The power of teamwork, motherfucker! It makes the dream work, motherfucker! No, you can be multidimensional. Oh, okay. So you're actually drawing multiple dimensions. Oh, she's in. She's alive. That's good. That's good. Work with Cliff. Work with Cliff. How dare! Another human working with me. Maybe Cliff's gonna get a harem. Teamwork makes the make the dream work. Squad, teams, squads. This is so dank. Oh, what dankitude. What a joy. I wonder if we'll actually get to do it. It feels like we're building to it for the... Oh, shit. Really multi-complicated circles. Wow, they're all sleeping in here and drawing more and more and more. All of this to help Nanahoshi out of that pit. That we've been there before, so we can see it and we can feel it. Oh, so they're literally layering papers together, and the magic chugs through each of them. Whoa. I thought they were just going to layer them on one page. I wonder what she's going to summon. An ice cream. A petto bottle! Truly a magic object. Yeah. You would have never seen anything like that before. Totally novel stuff. Yeah, but none of them have ever seen one. Yeah, it is. Yeah. Very scary. Like people. Yeah, you did. Yeah. Equivalent exchange. Equivalent exchange. God damn it, Alina Lise. She's got friends. She has friends. Oh, Bodyguardy with the giant. Goodbye. Let's go. Aww. Friends. Squad. Homies. Yeah, dude. Yay! Hip hip hooray! No, it's different like this, though. That hits so good. This feels like a fiend. Like a rap for something. We've got some weird timing. Like, we've got an ED, and then we've got a little stinger thing. Truly just like a circuit board. Modern circuits aren't single layered. Mostly. Just vertical gates through layers. This is cool. I wonder if this will be our ED. I don't remember if we saw an ED yet. I don't remember. Okay, little something here at the end. Oh. Oh, are they here? They're here, they're here, they're here! They're here! And who's that? Who is that? It's geese, it's geese, it's geese, it's geese. It's gotta be, it's geese. It begins. Oh, we got a total separation. Ah! And who is? Wait, Spear? No fucking way, Richard! Oh, that's so much better than geese. Oh, that's so much better than geese. Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go. Oh, that's so much better than geese. Fuck, yes. Oh my god, we get to see Richard the boy again. What a good reveal. That was sneaky and fun. That was very sneaky and fun, and I'm very, very exceptionally pleased. I didn't know we were gonna ever see Richard again. Ever. Fuck. Ah. I'm so happy about that. Oh, yeah. This is a really simple episode. It goes super hard. On that simple shit. It feels so good. The opening moments of just walking are perfect. Getting the letter is perfect. Reading it in the narration as we walk home, and then seeing flashes into pieces of it is perfect. We've seen stuff like this before where it sets things up. Eastport about to cross over. What a cool port city with like the junks and the pagoda style large palatial buildings. It all evokes China and Japan and does so really well. The squad. So many question marks, people that we don't know, maybe people who will die, who knows. But also some familiar faces and some very particular people. And now it makes so much even more sense because of course Ruger would his deal with kids, like he'd be the most protective, most like so useful for protecting those two and would be guaranteed not to cause any problems. So that's really cool. A little bit of a setup for how it'll go between the two of them. And then we're home. Love it. I really do love that. What a cool setup that gets paid off by the end of the episode. Kind of just right. So setup at the beginning, little smush in here with some continuation of the newlyweds being newlyweds and being oh so cute. They're so fucking cute. All the lighting works so great. The whole episode, I think, looks really good. There weren't any moments in this one that jumped out at me as, like, less quality than other ones. There also weren't many moments that jumped out at me as, like, super duper mega high quality either, but that's okay. The facial expressions were so on point, and the overall framing felt so good and right that, like, I just sink into the episode. I just sink into it. This little wrinkle around healing magic I find really interesting. I can feel the mana flowing, but I can't feel it when I perform healing spells, and can't feel it from the other person. So there's an empathic perspective or like connection between mana and healing. I wonder if that's related to Rudy being from a different world, or if it's just the nature of Rudy's type of magic, or if it's something that he could actually grow into and overcome if only he were able to overcome some like empathetic barrier that he may have. Like in healing himself, it would make sense to me. I don't know if this is the case. It's not even really a guess, but it would make sense to me if there was some barrier within him that stems from his internal self-hatred or lack of self-respect that makes it very difficult for him to like feel himself and heal himself. But I don't know. This little question about the kids and the knack for magic is so freaking... I don't know. Maybe they will. Maybe they will. And also, it might be hard to conceive, but we have ways around that. Very interesting to bring this up here, and I want to talk about it a little bit. But first, I gotta run to the bathroom. Okay, so I find this piece of the conversation really interesting. First, it's just cutesy, as it has been before when we've discussed children, but there's a bit of a wrinkle to it. A fear that Sophie seems to have, and I think a reasonable one. She really desperately wants children and is afraid that she might not be able to have them, at least not without ease, or not with ease. I think that's really interesting as a wrinkle moving forward for this couple. It also opens up room for questions. Rudy's father is a certain way, and the apple doesn't necessarily fall far from the tree. Concubines and multiple wives seems like it might be in the cards. There are a couple of people who would already kind of angle for that position and have been set up as such. If it ends up working, if there are ways for it to work and it doesn't go hellishly, then it could be really cool. Do deeply hope that Rudy and Sylphie can have kids, though. It seems to be something that they both really very much want, especially Sylphie. And I do think that there are implications. Oh, we have had an ED. I do think that there are implications in the ED that Sylphie will become pregnant soon, I think, at some point over the course of the season, which I think is really cool and wonderful and lovely. Yeah, it's really cool. I wanted to bring this up here because it's just the point at which I'm most reminded of it. There are a couple of points where I'm strongly reminded of it. The moment in the OP where the two of them end up hugging and like it's all so freaking cute and stuff reminds me of it. But I'll keep updating you in the Mushoku episodes as we go along. I'm just gonna call them my Sylphie because that seems to make sense. my tiny green haired person. I'm still seeing my Sylphie, and I'm actually going to get to see them pretty soon. They're going to be coming down for a couple of days this coming weekend. We've discovered that we're not that far apart and are separated only by a couple hours of train travel. So the ability for us to actually see each other is pretty solid and pretty solidly there, which is really cool. So I'm going to have them down for the first time for a visit in a couple of days, and they'll be here for a couple of days, and then probably we'll keep doing that every couple of weeks. But I just wanted to bring it up that that's still going and still going pretty well. We've been talking a lot and finding interesting things about each other. We did pretty recently find a couple of things that are like things that they're good at that I'm not, things that I'm good at that they're not, and finding that space and where it is. Like, it reminds me of this healing magic conversation. They're deeply musical, and I'm currently not, and I'm deeply movement oriented and like have some history doing physical fitness and movement, and they're deeply not. So we've got interesting things that we're slowly figuring out how to teach each other and how to learn from each other and how to grow. And I think it's really good. But the thing that reminds me of it here, maybe a little bit weird to bring up, they, for a variety of reasons, will not be having children, ever. For reasons that are honestly too complicated to get into and very interesting and very unique, but will not be having children. So this is an interesting circumstance to see, an interesting situation. And curious to see how it will play out in the Mushoku verse as we move forward. I'll say that just for my own purposes to explain to you. I do want children at some point. For a couple of reasons, partly because I think I'd be a good father and have the opportunity to raise a child well, which is something that I see as lacking in the world. Like, any chance to do that seems to be a potent thing and a beautiful one. But that creates a wrinkle in my relationship with this person. Perhaps. I don't think so. We're not looking toward the distant future, but if we ever did, then that would be a little bit of a wrinkle, and they have expressed exactly this feeling. It's part of the reason that they're poly. I don't know how to feel about it. I'm uncertain and entirely uncertain. There have been some interesting comments discussing the nature of that kind of relationship and some trepidation around it, which I think is totally reasonable and I understand and I agree with. But I just wanted to be open and transparent about some of the things that are going on in my life that weirdly line up in very strange ways with Mushoku Tensei and continue to. They just don't stop. It's fucking whack. It's fucking whack is what it is. I'll do no such thing. What I want isn't children, it's the fruit of love with someone I cherish. I agree, and I do want that as well. The fruit of love with someone I cherish. That's so freaking cute. That's so, the best relationship. Yeah, they're pretty freaking cute. Straight from childhood friendship all the way to so dope. Man, this is a sharp, hard fall. We can see it in the pride that she has here, the pleasedness, and also the little furrowing of the eyebrows. It's like, this is it. This is it. This is it. She's so excited. She's got it. This is the scientist who's like, I know I've unlocked the secrets of making life. I know it. I've unlocked the magic. God will tremble before me. But of course, from that place, there's a long, long, hard, sharp drop to reality. I'm gonna do it. Yeah. Except. Interesting stuff about mana and the way that it works. Very interesting. And then failure. She holds it together here. She masks. Without a mask now. Doesn't need a physical mask in order to mask her emotions. As we've learned in ReZero, you certainly don't need a mask. Just leave me alone, you can go home. But of course, it's not okay, not at all. Beyond a tantrum to absolute hell, absolute full breakdown, needs to be restrained. And that leads to this loss of desire, complete wall hit, complete belief in failure, complete doom. No point, no reason, nothing worth it. Darkness only. Zanaba being helpful and Princess carrying Nanahoshi's really wonderful. Oh, an ugly piece of work. I really like this moment, this interactive moment between these two. I think is a demonstration of where Rudy's at and his capacity to teach and learn from and learn with young people. And it's going to be really crucial for him moving forward to meeting Norn and Aisha, although they're a little bit older. But also, in the event that he ever does have children, this is a preview. It's a preview of how he's going to interact with a 4 or a 5-year-old, you know? Learning certain language and correcting their speech in a positive way. But everything he does and everything he thinks back to Nanahoshi and how important it might be. He's able to realize, because of his own experiences with anxiety, because of his own experiences with fear and with doom and with suicidality, he's able to see those things in Nanahoshi. This is the empathy of healing. This is real healing magic. Yeah? To know something more about her. His frustration and his seriousness. But when he sees this knife, the face that we get takes him right back there. Right back there to that moment. And then he masks himself. It might just be for work, of course. Yeah, but just in case. Just in case. You're the one as pale. I've lost heart and closed myself off like that too. That's all. My guy. What a powerful thing, isn't it? What a great value it is to have experienced hardship, to be able to see the same kind of hardship in someone else. It can be prerequisite to really understanding them, to being able to reach out. Otherwise, it's pretentious. No, I do know the feeling, and I could have been there. I like this moment. I have strength to spare, if nothing else. Zanaba is so constantly aware of his failings and his weaknesses that he deeply needs to utilize his strengths for others. It gives him some purpose. It lets him offset those, I think. It's very cool. The if nothing else is very... Well, it speaks volumes. Hell of a face. Absolutely hell of a face. Rudy gets a little pushy here at the beginning, but eventually does give it up. And then she explains, you put multiple circuit patterns together, but the points won't connect. Physically impossible until you think outside of the single page. It's very cool. It's very cool. It's one of the true things about maths and dimensions is that you can always fold a dimension into the lower dimension. You can always do it. Or alternatively, the boundary of a set contains the entire set. So if you take the boundary of a three-dimensional space, the outside, so if you imagine a sphere of space in space, like with stars and shit in it, stars, planets, galaxies, whatever, big sphere of space, and you draw a boundary, like a spherical boundary around that. And then you take all the stars and stuff and you just project them out to the spherical boundary. You project them to it. You can do so in a way that if you unfold that spherical boundary until it's a flat sheet, all of the information within the entire space can be contained within that flat sheet. You can fold those three dimensions into two. And I think, if I'm correct, mathematically you can do that at every dimensional level above that. You can fold them down into each other, which means that I think technically you can fold everything down into a very small set of dimensions. Technically. Or at the very least, you can experience them at a higher level that doesn't get as deep into understanding all the dimensions that are at play. Something like that. Well, I suppose one way to think of it is that your retina is two-dimensional. It's essentially a two-dimensional screen, and yet you experience through binocular vision, you experience a three-dimensional world through it, through projection. Projection of light off of all the objects around you produces a three-dimensional map of reality that's entirely formed from math functions in your brain on two-dimensional screens that it's being projected on. I think that this is maybe fundamentally right to arrange your magic system like this, that you can layer symbols or layer programs together, layer circuits together, but it also adds a layer of cool and a layer of reveal and a layer of our characters working against the bounds of their own system to expand their knowledge of magic, and I like all of it. I love the collaboration delegation. I love bringing all these people in from different worlds and different thought patterns and different aspects. Cliff in particular ends up being dramatically useful, but the insights from the doll and the genius who made it, very curious, are important as well. And when we actually put these pieces up in front of her, suddenly she's alive. Never needed to stick to two dimensions, and she starts moving and running around and going, and it's just going. Can't stop. She and Cliff become fast friends. We work together the whole time, and it fucking works. One petto bottle. Interesting. But it's only this way. From there to here, isn't it? Here to there is much harder to test, isn't it? It is. Okay, so if we gain the power to summon things from this world to that world, I assume that more complicated objects will take exponentially more effort to summon. What would be the most important things to bring? A gun. A gun! Fuck! Holy shit! This is my boomstick! Fuck! That would be great. That would be so good. Just a pocket pistol. Like, it doesn't even need to be a good gun. It just needs to scare the shit out of people. Just needs to scare the shit out of wolves and stuff. It's perfect. Oh, fuck. What else? I don't think any screen tools. I don't think you can bring a cell phone. It's too complicated. Too wrinkly. Chips. Totally chips. Twinkies. Oh my god. Monsanto corn. Holy shit. Change the entire world. That's the move. Summon one bag of unplanted Monsanto corn. Highly GMO corn. Change the food landscape of the entire fucking planet. Oh, that's so good. What else? The diagram for an internal combustion engine. Not an actual one, way too complicated. Just the diagrams. Take them to somebody else. Done. Oh my god, a chemistry textbook. One chemistry textbook. Fuck! World altering. Holy shit. Basic reactions and, like, refinement principles and stuff. Holy shit. Are there fossil fuels on this planet? Does anybody know if there are? Do they know how to get them? Do they know how to mine them? Do they know how to burn them? Do they know how to refine them? If they don't, my guy, make some shmoney. Make some shmoney. Oh, what else? What else would be really useful? A vacuum. Just buy Sylphie a vacuum. You don't have anywhere to plug it in. That's stupid. That's dumb. Solar panels. Solar panels. Holy shit. Solar panels, a battery, an alternator, and a vacuum so that you can charge the vacuum. Shit, what else? Holy macarino. What do we totally take for granted here in our current day and time? Like lots of foodstuffs, like just bag of pure sugar would be nice. Rare earth metals, titanium, things that are like hard to extract and manufacture. Fuck, I don't know. Just pure silicon for drawing magic circles in, just to see if you can draw magic circles on silicon chips and use mana to make magic computers. That'd be cool. Fuck, there's so much cool stuff that could be done with the way that this magic system has been explored so far. In a totally different way. Totally different magic system, of course, but in a similar sort of way. It reminds me of a little bit of Fullmetal Alchemist, because in my mind, Fullmetal Alchemist establishes like a magical paradigm that completely explains physics. All of physics in the Fullmetal Alchemist universe can be explained by the Fullmetal Alchemist equivalent exchange dynamic and all that stuff. It doesn't need to be. You could explain it with physics too, but that set of paradigms layers on pretty immaculately on top of our actual understanding of physics. It's like just a different framework, a different way of looking at things. In the same sense, I would say that we understand that there is blood flow through the body, lymphatic flow through the body, and electrical energy flow through the body. Those things are all flowing through your body at all times. And then you might find a Chinese martial arts practitioner who would call those things qi and would call those things energy, and would think that like by thinking they can produce energy flow through their body. And effectively they can, but what they're actually doing is producing effects in their blood flow and their lymphatic flow and their electrical energy flow. They're just producing the same effects via a mental map or a mental pattern that is like, I'm flowing energy through my arm and into my fist. I'm gathering energy at my center or at my base or at the root of me or at my core or whatever, and I'm bringing it through and flowing it through here. What's really going on is probably something more like you're engaging a bunch of musculature in unison or in a pattern that produces more energy and more force through it to create a really powerful punch or whatnot. You're not actually using qi, you're just using the power of the human body, which is very mundane, but looking at it from a magical perspective doesn't make it wrong. It's just inaccurate to what's really going on. It's still a very useful framework, and you can get the results from it. If we look at the thing through an outcome-based perspective, the outcomes of teaching somebody you have energy flowing through your body that comes through your breath and you can channel it through your fist is pretty similar to telling somebody outcome-wise that your momentum is generated at your hips, and if you rotate that through properly and engage each piece of your musculature in a chain and are mindful of where all of those things are and use your breath properly, then you'll hit with more force. They're the same statement, just from a different perspective, and they lead to the same results. The person who's imagining that as all one mystical fluid system that all flows together through spiritual energy, and the person who imagines it as a functional mechanical system that flows together through electrical nerve impulse energy are going to have the same result, a strong punch that flows their energy from their hips and their core out into their fist, and it's going to line up. So like understanding the physics of atoms connecting and however the quantum interactions or whatever the fuck goes on between this world and our world that allows a pet bottle to be transported from one to the other, that might be one layer of understanding. And then understanding it as magic flow and mana flow through a circuit that engages those things and enables a portal or a transport would be another paradigm for understanding the same thing, and both would be accurate or at least usable paradigms. Probably the magic one would fall apart a little bit as you came to understand more of the science underlying it. Probably the overall magic one would lead you in some wrong directions until you got more granular and more specific with an understanding of the thing. And that's really the value of science, of knowing to hard fact and provability what's really going on under the surface, because otherwise we're working with best fit theories and working with things that happen to work in terms of results, but might not always work in terms of results as we get more granular and more specific. It's the kind of thing that's really interesting about the studies in quantum mechanics and quantum physics, is because we would think that the same principles that appear to affect our macro world would continue all the way down, and they don't. So, like, yes, at a certain degree, our broad understanding of how atoms and particles interact and stuff is true, and it works, and it leads to the outcomes that we need, and it's a good enough perspective to use as a general framework for interacting with the world. But when we get granular enough and detailed enough and down to those quantum mechanical elements, those facts about bigger stuff stop applying. Like, the world falls apart and it doesn't quite work. I feel like in the same way, this sort of a magical perspective on reality will work for broad scale things, but as we dive deeper and more intricate, we might need more of a care, or more of there might be more questions raised. Either way, the fact that the magic system in this universe evokes all those questions is fucking fascinating and really deeply interesting, and I love it a lot. It's really cool. A little bit of self-awareness, a little bit of reciprocity, a little bit of a deep and good celebration that is just wonderful. I don't like this kind of get-together, so I never went to one in my past life. Yeah, understandable, but this is a very different life. When the people around you help out, you can't help cheering up and wanting to party to spread the joy. You can't live if you don't forget everything once in a while. It's way too full of downs to do that. And maybe we'll be getting some ups or some downs here. I think some ups overall. New arrivals. A house full of children. And others. And friends. Family. Friends. Siblings. Another bit of a little preview for Rudy and Sylphie. How wonderful. What a good time. So this feels like a transition from the pure focus on our romance and cuteness to branching out into other things. Norn and Aisha are here, and we're gonna have to get them settled in. Maybe get them into magic school. See how that starts going. Ooh-wee. What a joy. I'm so glad to see Rougeard again. I'm so deeply glad. I kind of didn't know if we ever would, yeah? Didn't know if we ever would, so I'm really glad that we do. What a great place to leave our characters. In love, making progress, establishing a household and a friend group. And now, from afar, come some little wrinkles. Hello, little wrinkles. Come and join us. Norn and Aisha to join the family. What fun. Okay, we're going to wrap there. Thank you so much for watching this week's episode of Mushoku Tensei on a Tuesday. I hope you enjoyed it nearly as much as I did, because I had a really good time with this one, and I hope that if I missed anything or got anything wrong, that you'll help me. Throw that to me in the comments. I would love to hear that information. Like, it was really helpful to get people's insights on the Luke duel, because I didn't really understand what had happened there. So if there's anything like that that I skimmed over or glossed over or missed in this episode, please feel free to let me know. Otherwise, I will see you next week for more Mushoku Tensei, probably on a Monday, actually. And if you want that a little bit early, it'll be available on the Patreon 1 week in advance. Thank you so much for watching and supporting and liking and subscribing and all that jazz. And I will see you next week for more Mushoku. Much love. Peace.